So, stream should be absolutely 100% live. So, hello guys, my name's Calamity Joe. Welcome back to a new video on the Calamity Joe YouTube channel. Give me 2 seconds, I'm just checking some notifications. Whoa! There we go. Stream is now live, so I'm just going to I'm going to copy the live stream. Hello Tunic, welcome to the stream. Just want to copy the live stream a second, stick it into my Discord server. Shit, I put Everton in front instead of everyone. Stream has now I can't even spell. That's amazing, isn't it? There we go. Stream has now started. There we go. Give me a set. I lost the live stream. How are you, Tunic? By the way, welcome to the stream. Right, let's just. Congrats on the realm. Thank you. The realm's been up for months, to be honest. I will say, guys, everyone on here, the realm has been up for months. It's just that I made that post the other day to promote it. The realm channel membership has been up for months. I just didn't realise that nobody promotes. I didn't realise nobody. I thought I promoted a bit more. I'm good. How are you? I'm really good. Thank you for asking. That's really kind of you. But yeah, the realm's been up for months. It's for channel members every single day of the week. But I've been letting subscribers come on every Sunday because I thought it was just a nice idea. But I don't know whether not to do that because we had a case yesterday. Hello, Ari Gamer. Welcome to the stream. We had a case Sunday of I left and somebody joined straight afterwards and literally burnt everything. So I've got a really funny story here, guys. Somebody set the inside of my house on fire. It burnt to the outside. It set the path on fire. The path got set on fire all the way across here, and it burnt a load of the wooden buildings over here. Too bad I can't play it. Yeah. Yeah, it's free every Sunday, guys. It's free every Sunday on. It's on Bedrock Edition, so it's cross-play with all versions. Why would you burn it? I don't know. Somebody burnt it. Somebody literally burnt my house. Literally, these rules have been here since 2018, and somebody looked at it. Somebody put a sign here that said "fuck you." They smashed up the England flag, which and then they literally broke the glass here. They broke the stairs here. They broke this, put holes through this, and then they set fire to the house over there. And the even, like, bizarrer bit was what they did afterwards. They set fire to the inside of the house. So the next person to join it would obviously join it, and then the house would set fire. And then obviously because the house set fire, it then meant that I saw that "fuck you" sign. Yeah. So whoever set it on fire in the outside. It then went and burnt, and it burnt the path here, which obviously because this path here burnt, it went all the way down there, and then it set fire to that house, that wooden house there, and then it set fire to some of the shops because some of them are made out of wool. Which is just, why? What's the point of joining someone's world and thinking, do you know what, I'm going to blow it up? In fact, they nicked all the diamonds as well. They nicked all the diamonds from, I've got a monument over here to celebrate, hitting 4,000 subscribers. So basically I built like a memorial for you guys that subscribed. And whoever it was that did it, they basically nicked all the diamonds out of this out of here. They nicked all the diamonds out of here. They smashed the glass here, broke the beacon. Well, it's got permissions. It's got permissions and all that. But as I said, you don't know who's joining. When it comes to Bedrock Edition, you don't know who's joining. You don't know if it's like someone like really young. And it tends to be, Bedrock players tend to be more immature than Java players. But it just happens to be that I put it on Bedrock because it's the most accessible for everyone. Plus, a legacy console. I do want to make a server for this world. I want to make a server where I want to port a copy of this to Java. I want to port a copy of this to Java Edition. And then we can create like a Java server for it. I'm thinking I might do that in the future. But yeah, this realm, guys, has been here. It's Bedrock Mobile. Well, Bedrock is everything. Bedrock is tablet, iPad, phone, Switch, Bedrock Switch. It's basically the version that's... Yeah, they read crime novels across Norway. I have heard of that. Yeah, Cookie always joins in about random holidays. Kind of funny though, actually. It is kind of funny. But yeah, literally, like, there we go. This, I'm going to break some of the snow off here, so we can like constantly make more snow blocks. But this snow will naturally come back, because this is the mountain always has snow. So yeah, being at the top of here, guys, literally, all of that was burnt. I'll tell you what, guys, I am going to bring out a copy of this word for you so that you guys can download in a few weeks, because in literally just under a month, this world will be 10 years old. I created this world nearly 10 years ago. My tools are OP. Well, yeah, I have two pickaxes. I have this one called Lightning, which the lightning pickaxe has Fortune 3. Fortune 3 doesn't work with Silk Touch. Explodes as a house. Well, the house didn't explode. Somebody set it on fire. But that was on the Bedrock copy. This is the Legacy copy. The blue house explodes. There isn't a blue house. Oh, yes, there is. Yeah, this is the Legacy copy. This is my Legacy Console Edition copy. I ported a copy of this to Bedrock, so, like, you can understand Spanish. No, YouTube's brought out a new feature. I can't understand Spanish, actually. YouTube's brought out a new feature, Tunic, that auto translates to me. So basically, if you were to put something in, because I know you're from Turkey, if you were to put something in Turkish, it would automatically translate. So, yeah, Explota la Casa Azul basically auto translates to the blue house. The blue house explodes. Nah, I love the blue house. Yeah, YouTube's brought out a new feature, so it basically it auto translates for me, which I kind of like. I find it hard to I used to have to Google Translate a lot of people's like comments, but now it auto translates. It's like really cool. Hello, Gaming Evan 17. Welcome to the stream. It's nighttime, guys. I'm going to go and quickly sleep here. You are a very good content creator. Senkok il ber Iseric you Tisin. Yeah, it auto translates. If I click on it, it changes back to Turkish, but then it auto translates. If it auto translates, translate me. Try this bonjour. Well, you've put it half in English. What's my favourite build? Just give me 2 seconds. I'll show you guys what my favourite build is. I just got to plug my laptop charger in. Yeah. I really like the feature because I used to not be able to understand what some people were putting. I'm really bad with languages. Like, that's my favourite build, the snow globe. The snow globe is my favourite build. In fact, somebody even took their time to burn the snow globe. Whoever it was, they even took their time in going to the snow globe just to burn it. I like it though. I like this new feature because I'm really bad at... I'm really bad at languages, so I was really shit in school when they used to try and teach us French. Basically, I didn't like the French teacher. The French teacher was horrible. Well, in my first year of secondary school, some of you guys might call it high school. The UK we call it secondary. But yeah, literally, what my teacher was horrid. That's weird. Why is there a particular... Oh, I know what it is. I've missed a piece of glass. But yeah, my French teacher was really just cruel. I didn't do very well in the test, and she had a go at me. I was watching a Minecraft ARG today. I think you could make one too. What is an ARG? Out of curiosity, I'm not familiar with the word. To me, ARG is like augmented reality, but then that's probably not what I'm thinking it is. Or is that AUG? I'm not the smartest, guys. Guys, I built a museum. I built a museum of some of my builds. This is... I'm not going to answer that. It'd be like saying, like, a mystery bit in Minecraft. A mystery in Minecraft. I could do something. Give us an example of, like, a mystery in Minecraft. I could do... Is that like a documentary or something? I could do something like that. I mean, I studied film, guys, so I'm pretty I studied film, so I'm pretty storytelling's my jam. That's my bread and butter. I mean, I want to build a murder mystery map game. I want to build a murder mystery mini game in my survival world. I've built half of it. I'll have to Google it, right? Set within a creator uses cryptic videos, hidden clues, and interactive community puzzles. Oh, I have done one of those. I have done one of those. I have done that. I made a interactive YouTube video where we go on an adventure. I did it last year. I did it like 2 or 3 years ago. Let me find out what it was called a sec. It's not very good because I did it quickly. It was just a little. I do apologize. Actually, I actually did it 5 years ago. The whole thing is, though, you use the what's his names. You use the timestamps, and you can pick which ones you go to. That's right. It's an old video. I did that 5 years ago. I'll put it in the live chat, guys. Literally, I did it 5 years ago as like a YouTube video idea. But yeah, it literally, across this YouTube video, there's like there's like 3 or 4 different narratives that you can go. Hello, Lemon Lamb. Welcome to the... It's not clickable. Oh, it's because you're on your phone. I'll put it in my YouTube community post, guys. In fact, when did I bring that video out? I brought it out on September 27th, 2021. Bloody hell. It's 5 years ago. I was 18 when I shot that. Yeah, it's because you're on phone. I'll put it in my community tab, guys. Almost 5 years since I uploaded that. I was 18 when I shot that video. Video, and I'll put the... It's called Minecraft, but you decide. Interactive video. I'm going to put nearly 5 years old. I want to do another one of these. But I just haven't had the chance to like do it yet. Cool. You didn't respond to what I said. I said I'm not going to answer it, Cookies Game. I said I wasn't going to answer it. It's like answering to... It's not really an answer. I'm not playing Bedrock Edition, Lemon Lamb. I'm playing Legacy Console Edition. I'm playing the a non-crossplay version of Minecraft, I'm afraid. To answer your question, Cookies Game, I said I'm not going to answer it because it's a question you can't answer. Which one's better, because they both don't exist. It's kind of like, you know, which character's better, like Harry Potter or I don't know, or Gandalf the Grey, where they're 2 completely different characters in 2 completely different stories. So you can't draw a comparison. More like spooky. I could have a look at that. I have got some horror story. I have got a horror story that I was halfway through writing. I could do it in Minecraft instead. I have got a Minecraft short film I want to do. I just had this idea to do a short film. So I had this idea to do a short film a few weeks ago. So I've got an idea. I'm actually, guys, I'm going to bring out a short film in real life in a few weeks' time. I'm going to shoot it next week. I'm shooting a short film next week. So, I'm subscribing. Thank you so much. We're aiming to hit 8,500 subscribers by the end of the year. Literally, I'm gonna shoot a real life short film next week. So I'm really excited to show you guys this short film. I'm not going to reveal anything about it now, but what's it going to be about? It's going to be about a guy confessing to his murder. It's about a guy who I won't reveal his name, but he has killed somebody. And the whole film is about him. He's plucked up the courage and he's going to just admit what he did. I've already shot part of it, so I've already shot a little bit of it. I shot one scene. So I've decided to play the character myself. So I thought, why not? Why not give myself the role? Then I could do it all in one without having to cast anybody. I could do it all in one without having to cast anybody. So I thought it was a genius move. But I gave myself a really shit beard for it. I shaved my beard off and then gave myself a really bad moustache. I gave myself a really bad moustache for this short film. I shaved my beard off. I shaved 4 months of beard hair off to shoot it. And I gave myself a really shit moustache. Hello, Gojo. Welcome to the stream. Sounds like it is really bad. While it was a handlebar mustache, handlebar mustache. I wanted the character to look so different, so I thought, do you know what? Let's give this character something really interesting. So, to do this short film, to do this like one-person short film, I thought, do you know what? Why don't I just... I thought, why don't I give myself a handlebar mustache for it's only in one scene as well. It's only in one scene. Guys, I've got a funny story for you guys. A few weeks ago, I did something stupid last Friday. I did something really stupid, and while it was stupid, but I'm really proud of myself. Where I'm from, there was a cycle track, and it's basically like a massive loop. And I had this idea in my head for a few weeks back. I want to walk it. And I thought it would be a very good, like, walk. 3.5 hours later, I walked 11.5 miles. 12 miles. I walked 12. I walked nearly 12.5 miles in 3.5 hours. I'm very proud of myself. That day I ended up doing 28,000 steps. It was grueling. But, you know, healthy all the same. Right, so, what should we do? I gotta go. It's alright. Have a good rest of your day. And we will see you in the next stream. Have a good rest of your day. I'm just looking around for where I might be, but oh my god, let's go repair this. See you later. Have a good rest of your day. Alright, let's just fix this a minute. There we go. It no longer looks like a World War II bomb disposal site. There we go. Let's just... In fact, let's give this a trim across here. In fact, this hill used to go to about here. This hill used to go much, much further back. Well, the hill used to go to about here. But I took it back because I wanted to build this. I needed to build that. I needed somewhere for the cinema to fit, for the film studio to fit in. So I slotted it in right there. That was the only place. Well, I'm saying that it was the only place I could slide it in. Oh my god. Oh, is anyone in the live stream? A guy in my friend's Discord server, I'm generally convinced he's got something like schizophrenia, but he's just started arguing with himself in the general chat. Well, I think he has got. I think he has got it, especially after seeing that. I just put get a room YouTube, and he's arguing with himself. Oh, that's too funny. That is hilarious. He actually argued. Just responding to this comment a sec. That is just hilarious. Like, sorry, Joe. What are you going to do if one of your streams got 2k views, by the way? I am Banner. Do you remember me? I do remember you. Hello, Croissant Lover. Welcome to the stream. Well, I have had streams get 2,000 views, but I've not had a stream where I had 2,000 people at the same time. If we had 2,000 people watching at exactly the same moment, that would be incredible, because that's just groundbreaking. The most we've ever had watching at the same time was we had 45 people watching at the same time. We had about 25 people watching last night, which was slightly crazy. That's way too funny. Back again, welcome back. Sorry, I'm just having a laugh a minute. A guy in my friend's Discord server, he's just started arguing with himself. Like, I'm generally convinced like he's got like something wrong with him mentally. But literally in one server chat, he's generally arguing with himself. He's arguing to himself. It's time to talk to myself. You mean with your mother? No. What do you mean no? Piece of shit, I'm going to eat you. And then he's basically arguing with himself. I got the hiccups. Yeah, this guy's arguing with himself. I've never seen anyone do that before. Like, I think you need to go to the doctor. It's not me that needs to go to the doctor. I think the person's arguing with himself. That's just hilarious, though. Like, who argues with himself in a Discord server? Yeah, 100%, 100%. Like, this guy, he joined. This guy, he originally got into my friend's server because he was watching the stream. A guy in my friend's Discord server. He used to watch this content. Ironically, the guy. He joined my streams hoping that I would bring him to the UK. He generally thought that he wanted to well, I think he wanted to there exactly what you just said, Croissant Lover, about he sounds a bit, yeah. He thought that basically you could just, he wanted me to bring him to the UK. He thought that that was legal, which it isn't. And he joined my stream and then was just trying to pressure me into bringing him to the UK, which is illegal. And he didn't understand that if you enter a country illegally, you would just get like sent straight back. But this same guy also thought money grew. This same guy thought that having a bank account meant that you got unlimited money, which is the funniest thing I've heard. He literally had this idea. The guy literally said to my friend, he thought that basically having a bank account meant that you had unlimited money and he could buy whatever he wanted. But that's not how money works. You've actually got to work. You've actually got to earn the money. To have money, you've got to earn the money. Having a bank account. If you have a bank account but then don't have any money, that account is just going to end up with no money. So I actually, saying that, I once had totally saying that. Just going on to a story a minute. I'm bad in English. That's all right. But yeah, this guy, I had a random guy on my side rant. I once had a guy on my stream that basically tried. Hello Noah, welcome to the stream. I once had a guy on my stream that basically was just trying to convince me to buy him Minecraft. I'm like, no, that's not how that works and anything like that. But this guy, I got a comment on his stream. It's like, buy me Minecraft. I'm like, I got a comment on the stream and it said, buy me Minecraft. I'm like, no, because I will not accept no as an answer. I'm like, well, there's got to be, it's just bloody weird. Yeah, hello Noah, welcome to the stream. Sorry, I went on a side rant then about how people don't understand money. Just gotta respond to a guy in Discord a minute. No, it's my cat's name. Cool. Sorry, I was just responding. A guy in my friend's Discord server just asked, got a different guy in my friend's Discord server who's just asked me if I'll be in the VC tonight, the voice chat, which basically it should be everyone in Decepted server on. I've just made a joke that if everyone isn't on there, we'll drag them on there with rope. Do you ever have a lovebird? I don't know what that means. Joe, it's Huggy. I'm the same person, okay? Bloody hell, I've never seen someone change their name as much. Jesus, is this all your egos? You've got like 3 personalities. Which one do I want to be today? Do I want to be this guy? Do I want to be this guy? Do I want to be this guy? Joking. Okay. Let's make this look a bit more hilly. Ironically, this used to be a massive hill right here. This bit was the only. This bit here was the only flat bit. This bit here was the only. This little chunk here was the only like flat bit, which is why this is natural. This is the last one. This bit here is natural. That there was a natural ball shape here, and this is the only thing that survives off the big hill. But yeah, this garden here was not this little bit of garden here where it like looks like this. This is natural. It naturally was like that. Guys, I'm gonna do something fun. What should we do? Oh, I tell you what. Saying that, I do want to go and get some more. I do want to go and get some more sheep in that sheep pen, and because my sheep kept despawning from the sheep pen, I've now decided to. Let's just take this shulker box a sec. Let's shove everything that we don't need right now in there. Is my cat doing nothing wrong with her, right? No, I didn't know you were the same person, and I said I've never seen someone change their name as much. Also, why do you have a YouTube for your cat, out of curiosity? I mean, the cat doesn't really know what YouTube is. That's just interesting. I've never understood, but I've never understood that one. When people create like YouTubes for their YouTube accounts for their like cats and dogs, it's like they can't really watch it. Meow! It's a YouTube video. Meow! I'm joking. My cat. If you're, that's why that I was doing. That happened. I love her. Yeah. Hello, Galaxy Salt. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, literally. I had it last year, Gojo, where basically all my sheep despawned. I spent a whole stream literally like doing some sheepy stuff. I spent a whole stream doing some sheep farming. And then my sheep despawned. In fact, I needed a new. I built a barn. I built a barn on a stream. I built a barn on a stream for a reason that I won't go into detail about. And I put some sheep in here. All the sheep just spawned from here, and then suddenly they all just spawned from here. And then, but I kept expanding this sheep farm. The sheep were in here for months, and then suddenly they weren't again. Which one's this? Roxwood. I need as much red wool as I can possibly get to finish off the floor of one of my buildings. Bilbo. So I've named every single sheep in here. So we've got this is Roxwood. This is Gary. This is Ron. This is Rudolph. This is Levy. This is Sheepbutt. This is Rose. This is Maud. Hello. Hello, MG Lay. Welcome to the stream. This is Jake right here. This is Morgan. And over here we've got Colin. We've already sheared Colin. But we've got, this is Wally. Yeah. This is Terry right here. And then over here we've got Huggy, who's ironically is in the stream. Wanted me to name a sheep after him when I named the sheep. And we've got George up here. I really want to see the view from here on Bedrock Edition from my laptop, because I guarantee the view's much better. Hello, Crossant Leather. Welcome back. There we go. How did I get so many? You don't really want to know. They're rare in Legacy, but I've had my Minecraft world 10 years and I might have duplicated them. Only because I've been playing on the same Minecraft world for the last 10 years. So I have explored anything. I can't see anything. Just give me a sec. I think the sheep tend to get more wool if it's daytime. I will admit, I have duplicated them because I've been playing the same Minecraft world for 10 years. So I've explored everything. I can't get new stuff. So I have duplicated some little bits here and there that I've got hardly limited stuff of. Plus name tags are useful. But they also are they actually are easy to find though. They're rare, but they're easy to find. You can find them in dungeons, and I have found loads in dungeons. But I will admit I have duplicated some stuff on here just because I spent 10 years on a Minecraft world. I can't get new stuff. I only had one piece of packed ice which spawned in at the end of the world, so I will admit I have duplicated packed ice. especially for villages. Yeah, and also, we're using it here. My sheep kept despawning from the sheep pens. So I've given every sheep a name to stop them despawning. It was actually quite useful. In a way, it has been really useful to stop all these sheep despawning, because I was filling this sheep. I was spending like 2-3 hours a stream. I spent I don't know, about 4 hours on stream. I spent about, I don't know, must have been about 4 hours on stream. I think I was streaming for about, I don't know, what it must have been. They're going to give me a red sheep, so. Hello, Pixel King. Welcome to the stream. Right, give me more sheep. Oh. Okay, so we're going to have to go and get some name tags now. How many baby sheep we have? How many baby sheep do we have? I can't see. I'm an American. Well, I know you're an American. Hold on, how many sheep we got? One. We've probably got about. We've got about 5. We need some names. We need some names for these sheep. Do you play Java Edition? I have it. Don't really play it that often, but right. Okay, we need some sheep names. I called one Sauron yesterday from Lord of the Rings because I was cool. Right. You guys can pick the names this time. You guys can pick some names. So let's get some sheep names. You can. We'll go to the sheep called Huggy in a minute. We need to name these sheep first. You guys can pick some names. Yeah, you don't need to write it in. You don't need to write it in capitals. Anyway, pick some names, everybody. Pick some names for some sheep. We've got 5 names. Dodd, okay, Dodd. Do Bob. I think we might have Scooby times 2. We'll do Dodd. Dodd or Bob. Well, we'll do both. Might as well. I kind of lost touch from my Minecraft phase, but honestly, I might get back into Minecraft. But now I'm just looking for other games like Red Dead Redemption. Yeah. Right, Bob. Such a name, Bob. Right, okay. Excuse me. You're Dodd. And you are going to be Bob. There's 3 at the back here. Yep. We're going to name some sheep. I mean, I got to be honest as well. I thought it was broken. I generally started crying, but apparently it was just not seated in the slot correctly in the motherboard. I got to be honest. I did something. What was it the other day? I did something similar the other day, not with like anything graphical. I was upset with my camera breaking, and it turned out it was just the battery wasn't in. Canon cameras, you have to take the battery out. Right, I'm going to call this one. I'm going to call this one In Die, because Everton's got a player called In Die, and I saw a news article about him earlier on, so we're just going to call this sheep In Die. We'll call this one Coleman. And then Scooby times 2. I probably would have assumed it's broken. Yeah. But sometimes they do say that though. Sometimes turn it off and back on again, which I will say that has saved my ass so many times. Just turn it back off and back on again. Right, Scooby. Tell you what I'll do. Instead of Scooby times 2, I'll do Scooby Dooby. Instead of calling it Scooby Dooby Doo, I'll do Scooby Dooby 2. Scooby Dooby 2, where are you? We can't remember the rest of that song. He's grown up. That's Dodd. I've now got to find our sheep. And then this one is Coleman. There we go. Oh shit. We had 5 here. We had 6 sheep in there. Let me just name it something. I'm probably going to get a bit of flack for this one, but I'm going to learn how to spell it quickly. I'm probably going to get a bit of flack for calling it the Egyptian god of death, but... Where's that baby sheep from earlier on, from just now? Morgan. I've lost him. I can't find him now. Sutek. But they grow up so fast. Can you duplicate an item? You can. On here you can. I'm not going to at the moment because I don't need to duplicate anything. I could duplicate the red wall, but that'd be cheat. It's Roxwood. Okay. Hello. And then look at our sheep, guys. I'm so happy. Thank you, Roxwood, for your wall. Let's just put all this behind me a set so I can just see what I need to do. Sutek, guys. The only reason I called that one Sutek was because I turned and I noticed the Doctor Who episode, The Pyramid of Mars, next to me. And the villain of that episode is the Egyptian god Sutek. It's one of the greatest. It's classed as one of the greatest episodes of Doctor Who ever. It came out in 1975, so it's older than a lot of people here. I miss my old PS3 was, so I don't know how I can recreate because now I'm basically a Minecraft pro when it comes to instinct back, and I don't even know how to sprint. Yeah. But I will admit I'm terrible at keyboard. I always prefer to have the controller. I need as many red wool as possible because I want to finish a mansion that I built literally like 10 years ago, 8 years ago. In fact, guys, I'm going to announce it now. On the 22nd of August, which I believe is a Saturday, I will be doing a huge stream. I will be doing a huge stream on the 22nd of August because this sword will exactly be 10 years old. So... So, what I'm doing, I'm going to do a big memorial stream that day because it would be so. In fact, we'll jump on. We'll have all the copies of this word that I've got on, and I also will release a copy of this word for download. Don't know how I'm going to do that, but I am. Nightbot, go away. Nightbot's there for a reason. Nightbot promotes what I want it to promote. So Nightbot is promoting my Discord server. Joe, there are people in the stream. Yeah, there's people in the stream. There's always people in the stream. Are you guys watching? How much red wool have we gathered now? I've gathered 82. Yeah, Nightbot is not a bot. Nightbot's is programmable by Stuper. Joe, there are people in the stream. Yeah, you didn't say 4 people. You said, Joe, there are people in the stream. You didn't put the 4. That's why I was a bit confused. Mia. Yeah, I haven't seen Mia on the streams in ages. We had a person called Mia that used to watch our streams. They were... Nightbot is the easiest shortcut. Yeah, Nightbot promotes the... You can use it to promote giveaways and shit, but I use it to promote my Discord server. I use it to promote my Discord server and like other channels that I like that I own. I could promote other channels that I like co-own. But I do co-own one channel, which we've not uploaded on it in like 4 years. The last video we did, we tied someone up in the back of a car. E.g., I got tied up. Nightbot is an OG. Well, yeah, Nightbot's been moderating my stream since 2018, so yeah, he is an OG. In fact, he's an OG. Message retracted. Oh, sorry, Pixel, I didn't see your comment. I turned my head to look at my TV to see what I was, how many red wool we had in the pen. Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. Sorry, I'm just singing that because I'm in a sheep pen collecting wool. Thank you, Sutek. Thank you, Dodd. Thank you, Sheepbutt. Thank you, Peter. And thank you, Mold. Coleman. Thank you, Coleman. Thank you, Colin. This pink sheep is natural, by the way. 2 red... The pink sheep was 2 red sheep. Thank you, Huggy. We need more red wool. Well, I don't know how much we're going to need to do the floorings for this building. Peter. Yeah, I named it Sheep Peter. Why not? Peter's a good name. Many people in the world are called Peter. Well, plus I gave it names that I liked. I like Colin. I even named one Boris. But if you didn't close the live, yeah, I'm not ending the stream. I'm streaming for the long one tonight. Hello, Barbecue Chips 2026. Great name, by the way. Great name. Also, barbecue chips are lovely. But it depends if you're talking like what French fries, or because in the UK, what you would call French fries, we call them chips. So I'm thinking you might be calling Chris. Remember when I was Peter Tubby? Yeah, but I named the sheep Peter way before then. You're not the only person in life that has a name Peter. In fact, the name Peter has existed for thousands of years. You had Saint Peter, Saint Peter's Basilica. You had, you know, Peter the Great of Russia. Really interesting story. Peter the Third of Russia. Really interesting story. Like, he banned beards. In an idea of modernizing, when he was trying to modernize Russia in the 17th century, their idea of modernizing Russia, he sort of In fact, it reminded. Let me just think a sec. They banned beards in a way to modernise. We're modernising too. I've banned beards. Everyone does some bizarre stuff. I mean, in the idea of modernising, America banned alcohol. I love history, guys. There's some really weird bits of history that I like. I mean, you know, Russia banning beards, America banning alcohol, and and then Australia going to war with birds. I work on a truck, so I on and off. Huh. Yeah, we don't even call them trucks in the UK, to be honest. We call them... I think you need 3 or 4 more stacks. Well, I'm going to go and take some of them. I'm going to go and take some of them now and have a look how many I might need. We have to go over to the dead tree of Granivian over here, because the mansion is on the other side. But yeah, literally, I didn't know how much red wool I need, but it's always good to have too much. I'd rather have too much than too less. I'd rather have too much than barely enough. Anyway, we're going to have a good day. Have a good day, Cross and Leather. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, trucks. In the UK, we call them lorries. Joe, your word is so creative. Thank you. I misread that then. I thought you said increative. I'm not. It's not increative. This is why I mean we don't know how much we'll need, because obviously a lot of these rooms are fairly big in this house. Yeah, have a good rest of your day. I mean, look, we've used almost half a stack just up until this corner. And it's also, the main thing though, is because this build is so big. It's because this house is so big. Well, I've already done most of it, because I had a sheep farm out here at one point. But a wolf got in there. So literally, we only have to do 2 more rooms. We have to do this one here, which is one of the bigger rooms. And then we've got to do this... we've got to do this much smaller room next. Why don't you just make carpeting? I could, but then I deliberately made the floor 1 block deep. I could use carpets, but I prefer using red wool than carpets. Because if you use a carpet... If you use a carpet, you can't place a block down like a crafting table. Which is why I prefer to use just genuine wool. Hello, RedX. Welcome to the stream. Yes, so I've only got 52 left because it took us an age to do that bit. But this room here is much smaller. There we go. Hi, how are you? Hello, Kawa Lemon. Welcome to the stream. I'm really good. How are you? This is my room in this place. Can you see the castle? You can see the castle from here. Sandstone Mansion. Yeah, you guys wouldn't believe me if I told you I actually built this building in 2018. I built this in 2018 and there was nothing around at the time. That was nowhere near. In fact, there was no builds anywhere near here at the time. The castle over there didn't exist. Joe, make a treehouse. Already built one. We have built a big one. I'll go there in a minute. The castle wasn't there. That bridge wasn't there. That build there wasn't there. That tree wasn't there. Literally, when I built this house, it felt so far away from the rest of the world. But that's the beauty of Minecraft. That is the beauty of Minecraft. You can you could build so far away, but eventually you expand out and out until what felt so far away isn't so far away anymore. I will admit the jungle by the minigame area felt so far to go to when I started this world, and now it's just 2 minutes. It's just like 2-3 minutes away. But it's literally, it's kind of like exploring. It's kind of like if you get on a plane and go somewhere, you know. It's kind of like in 200 years ago, if you wanted to go to America, you had to get on a boat for like 6 weeks. Roughly 200 years ago, if you wanted to go to America, you had to get on a boat for like 6 weeks. And then we made steamships, which these steamships made it so that we could go from going in 2 weeks. Joe, make the minigame lobby. I don't feel qualified to make it. I know other YouTubers who have made it. But the minigame lobby, I want to build the fountain, but the minigame lobby is very hard to build. It's not something that I would consider building. But never say never. Never say never. It's like if you wanted to go to America in 1820, you had to get on a boat for 6 weeks. Flash forward to 2000, make fountain. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it now though. I'm gonna make that for a YouTube video. But literally, like, if you 200 years ago, if you went to America, you had to be on a boat for 6 weeks. Flash forward to 2026, you know, you can get on a plane and be there in 7 hours. It's kind of like with Minecraft. When you start a Minecraft world, everything feels so far. Then once you play on it for long enough, it then doesn't feel that far. Like my jungle temple. My jungle, which was literally like, if I can show you it, we can go there. It's not that far. To get to the jungle, we've got to go across. We've got to go to the minigame area, which we can go through here. It's 1 month and 2 weeks. Yeah. 4 weeks. Actually, no, it's a bit longer than that, actually, because 4 weeks is 28 days. So it's about 1 month. It's about 1 month and 2 weeks and a half. Because 4 weeks is 28 days, which is why there's still 4 weeks in February. You're really creative. Thank you. So, to get to the jungle, I don't know why I've got on the roof. To get to the jungle, literally, you can't quite see it from here. I've got to go to over here. And you can't quite see anything from here, just the sand where I've basically peeled the sand back over the years to build more and more. You can see the beach over. You can see there you go. There's a jungle tree. Back when I created this world, it felt like a 3-day trek to go to the jungle. To go to the jungle, it felt like a 3-day trek. At the time, this was the only jungle on the world. Thank you. That's really kind of you. Yeah, I've played this world for 10 years, so I'm going to bring out a copy in a few weeks, guys, for you guys to download. I need to repair this. Basically, we had about 15 different creeper explosions all at the same time. Should I leave the leaf bridge? When I put this world over, guys, should I leave the leaf bridge? I built this when I was like 15. I built this when I was like 14. Should I just leave the leaf bridge? Ironically, the leaf bridge, you can see as it changes color. It goes from acacia to oak leaves go from like an acacia color. Hello, Ix Zolu. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, when having a Minecraft world that is 10 years old, that's nearly 10 years old, you see how much it's changed. So I made this when I was 14, so I made this nearly 10 years ago. I'm tempted to leave it here. Your word looks great, like a mashup. Thank you. Literally though, like I love this world. In fact, I created this world when I was 13. So I've played it for so long. Like I was 13 when I created it, and now I'm like 23. Crazy. Would you guys like to see some crazy builds? Welcome to the stream. It's Zolu. I am getting your name right, aren't I? I am really bad when it comes to names. I do apologise if I butchered your name. If I butchered it, I apologise. Yeah, let's go this way. Right, what I'm gonna do, I made this a few weeks ago. Because I was bored. And I made a roller coaster. That basically we go through different Minecraft biomes. We've got our cave bit. We've got our... And as we go... I'm just going to walk it. I can't be bothered to like... We're going to walk it. As we come up here, we get to our above ground bit. I even built a house, and I even put like detail in the build because I was stupid. I actually quite like what I built, despite the fact I really wanted it to have the minecart goes through the house. It would have been really cool, but I just couldn't quite get that idea to work. And then it ends up, you go all down here, you suddenly drop, you go around again, you go around again, you suddenly drop, and then you come back around, and then you're back where you started. I want to build a murder mystery map as well, which I am close to doing that. I've already built some of it. It's down here. I'm building a Doctor Who murder mystery map because I thought that would be a really cool idea, and I didn't think anyone had ever done it before. Someone probably has done it now that I've said that, but so I built the TARDIS in Doctor Who. Well, I built my own version of it. What do you guys think? It was just a cool idea, and I am aware most of you have probably not heard of Doctor Who. So I've made these rooms which will lead to other places, and it's going to be a murder mystery map around the TARDIS. I think it's cool though. I think it's really cool so far. Well, I've done this side and then I've done this side, but I was running out of white concrete. White concrete, I mean quartz. I was running out of quartz, so I sort of gave up for a little while. But I've got to be careful because I built this bit underground by... I built this underground by literally blowing a hole in the ground. I blew a huge hole in the ground. This was built by, as I said, blowing a huge hole in the ground and then I filling it back over. When I built this, literally a huge hole was blown into the ground like that. Which you can see the dirt of where I've just filled it back over with the dirt. And in fact, I forgot about this chest. What's in it? Ooh. Okay, keeping those. The brewing stands, which we made loads of. I've got a better bow. And the TNT. I hid the TNT in case somebody came across it. In case somebody came across it, I also blew that up. I also buried the TNT in case somebody came across it. And I was like, you know, showing the world off and letting people play it. But I think it was a cool idea, you know. Thank you to everyone who subscribed, by the way. As it stands, we're trying to push for 10,000 subscribers, which would be amazing if we could hit that. Because my YouTube channel is 10 years old this year, which is amazing. Makes me feel old. The fact that my Minecraft world is 10 years old this year, and my YouTube channel makes me feel really, really old. But, you know, it's one of those. Life goes on. Sorry, just checking a notification. Hello, Gojo. Your word is so good. Thank you. I've spent a long time on it over the years. I am glad that no one found that on the Realm on the Saturday. On the Realm on Saturday, I'm glad nobody found those sugars. I'm currently building in my Alpha world. Cool. I'm thinking whether I start a Bedrock series. I don't know yet. Guys, should I do some stuff on Bedrock Edition? Like film like a hardcore series or something like that? I'm thinking I should do a hardcore series just... but it would be like... If I do a hardcore series, it would be like... It would be very Calamity of Joe style. Like, not giving a shit about dying. Maybe. I think I'll do it. But would you guys like me to do that? Would you guys want me to create a new world, or what, should I use a copy of this world with nothing on it, from like 2016? So it's like we've got some stuff built, but then there's nothing really there. Because it's just as interesting. Everyone creates a new world. Everyone creates a new world. Everybody creates a new world. So would it be more interesting if I use this one? If I used a copy of this world? I don't know though. I don't know. I'm going to experiment because I don't know what I'm going to do yet. This is Legacy Console Edition. This is Legacy Console Edition. We were just talking about Bedrock Edition content ideas a moment. Just gonna sleep in this bed a sec because it's night time. Oh, pardon me. Sorry, I just burped. That was horrible. I do apologize. I don't know. We're gonna have some experimentation. I don't know. I want to film some content, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. Guys, please give my Can I say this, guys, as well? Please give my FIFA series a shot. Give my new FIFA series a shot, guys. You guys won't regret it. I've actually thoroughly enjoyed shooting it. It's really fun to shoot because you don't know what's gonna happen. Unlike with Minecraft, you don't really know. You already Minecraft is one of those you sort of know what's gonna happen when you're like filming it. But with the FIFA stuff, I have no idea what's gonna happen. You know, my game could just break halfway through, which has happened. My game could break. My Everyone give it a shot. Give the series a shot. It's pretty funny. No one has ever done a FIFA series like that I'm doing. No one has ever done a FIFA series like the one I'm doing right now. Create a club career mode, but I've based it on the book. I've based the club that we are taking to we're trying to win promotion to the top flight of English football is the town from my book. No one's ever done that before. No one's ever done a FIFA series, but with a lore behind it. No one's ever done that before. I believe it's the first. I believe I'm the first person to ever attempt it or do it. So please, guys, give it a shot. It's pretty funny. We started absolutely terribly. Like we couldn't win a game. And then suddenly we start picking up points. There's 5 episodes, guys. There's 5 episodes of the first season. Season 2 will be. I've already started filming season 2. I'm not quite finished yet. But we're aiming to bring out 1 episode a week. But it has been fun to shoot. That's where the YouTube short came from the other day. He's trying to revive dead beef. What's happened now? What's happened now? Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Drama Hub. You should generally change it to that. Gaming Hub should become Drama Hub. Ladies and gentlemen, drama in Drama Hub. Drama alert. I haven't watched Drama Alert in like 6 or 7 years. I knew he was going to leave, and then he decided not to leave, and then he changed his mind about leaving. Saying the rat is chatting poo about me. Who gives a shit? We don't. Who gives a shit? We don't need the drama anymore. Like, let the past die. Let the rat be the rat and go and do rat things. But there's so many rats there. I can't even tell which rat you're talking about because there's been so many. That's what I've told him. Yeah, let the rat be the rats, you know. So I'm back. Welcome back. Oh, Decepted, I'll tell you what. There's a mini game over here that I've been working on. I'm glad the person that destroyed the realm, I'm glad they didn't find a mini game just behind the snow globe, because I sort of left I left shulker boxes full of TNT there, hidden in the mini game that I was working on, in case I needed to like blow anything up to build like rooms big enough to be able to do it. Fix it. Cool. I'm gonna play my PC. Cool. But literally, Decepted. There are better people in that server. There are better people in that server. We don't need rats back. We need to look to the future. We need to let the past die and secure the future. That's a great quote, by the way. I'm keeping that. I'm trademarking that. Let the past die, secure the future. Such a good server. Sorry, such a good quote. I mean, I had built something over here, and I want to show you guys it. I built this secret room, but I've got no idea what I want to do with it. I wasn't going to show any of you guys it, but I don't know what I want to do with it now. It's a cool secret base, isn't it? You wouldn't know it existed. Anyway, I might end this stream in about 20 minutes, guys, because we've been streaming for a little while. I don't know yet. We'll continue streaming for a bit. That's a server. No, this isn't a server. I was talking about Decepted's Discord server. Oh, Decepted, did you see the Armenian guy? But he arguing with himself, and he was basically insulting him. He was shouting and swearing at himself, which is kind of hilarious, but bizarre. Like, that's the funniest. Why did I buy Java Edition? Only because I. Why didn't you call it the Bro Gang? The Bro Group. Or something better. Hey, why didn't we call it the fuck the bozo den? Homo den. I'm joking. That's kind of funny. He needs a doctor. Well, he was arguing with himself, and then he was basically really like shouting, swearing at himself. I actually think he's doing. I can't tell. I actually can't tell if the guy's like mentally thing or he's just doing it as a joke. I couldn't tell if he was serious or just like trying to be funny. But I don't know. Cracks me up. Should create a gang chat. Should create a gang chat in Well, no, it's. Did you ignore me? No. I didn't ignore you. I saw Decepted's comment, and I was looking at Decepted's comment. No, I've got Java Edition only because Bedrock Edition, to buy on my laptop, it was cheaper to buy them both together than buy Bedrock separately. So I bought Java and Bedrock at the same time. In fact, I was looking at porting a copy. I didn't ignore you. Yeah, but you weren't. I doubt you were shouting. I doubt you were shouting and swearing at yourself, though. like generally arguing with yourself. It's kind of funny though. But also as well, I didn't ignore you, but I don't read I read every comment out, but I don't read every comment out loud, because if I did, I'd be here for months. I would be streaming for months sometimes. Holy shit, no way, you still remember me, right? Of course I remember you to end the game. Welcome back. I don't forget people. If you'd basically were coming back after 5 years and saying, do you remember me? That might be slightly different, because I've seen a lot of people on the streams in 5 years. But Joe is a good lad. Oh, thank you. It's really kind of you. But yeah, I love Joe. Thank you. You almost read my comment. Well, yeah, I got halfway through reading your comment, and then I saw Deceptive's comment, which me and Deceptive were talking about something moments before. So I cut off what I was saying and sort of responded to his comment. But yeah, talking about that a minute. Yeah, I do remember you. Yeah, if you missed the stream, and if you missed loads of streams and like commented, "Do you remember me?" after 5 years, maybe I might forget you, but I'm not gonna forget you because you missed like, I don't know, you were in a stream like a couple of months ago. I'm pretty good at remembering people. Plus, you were in loads of streams, so of course I remember your name. Bye, Joe, for 5 years. Bye. Greetings from Tokyo. Cool. Are you all right, actually, Kerem the Serious? Because just because you said you're in Tokyo, wasn't there an earthquake in Japan earlier today? You're not affected by it, are you? Or was that a different part of Japan? I was actually saying that about Japan. I didn't realize how big Japan is. Japan is actually bigger. You know, Japan obviously it's an island, but it's a big island. Japan is actually bigger than the UK, I think. Japan is yeah, Japan is nearly almost 50,000 square kilometers. Yeah. In fact, Japan's actually bigger than the UK, which you don't think about that when you look at it on the map. But yeah, Japan is bigger by the UK by 50,000 square miles or something like that. It's massive. They've come here from a bit. Oh, cool. Is that a fun job? I've seen stories about how that's quite an interesting job. I expect actually you probably meet some really interesting people, because you meet people from all walks of life, different cultures, different regions, and I expect it's quite interesting, to be honest. I can finally use my Japanese. Oh, you're actually talking Japanese. It auto translates. I think you'd know, to be honest. I think you'd know, because I read it this morning. It was like a 7-pointer. I think you know, to be honest. I think you'd feel it. Yes, finally I can use my Japanese to someone. Hey, how are you? Oh, you've actually put that in Japanese, but it auto translates to me. If you guys were to say something in like a foreign language now, YouTube automatically translates it for me, which I actually really like, because I'm really bad at learning other languages. It's a fun job to do. Yeah. I've got to be honest. I've only been on a plane twice. I've only ever been on a plane twice, and I was sick the first time. like really badly ill. In fact, the flight attendant had to bring me a massive bag. I was ill in my bag. I was ill in my bag. I was ill in this small little bag in front of me. I was ill in the person next to me. The two girls in my class who were in front of me in my college class, they had to throw me theirs. And it got to the point the flight attendant rushed back and gave me a bin bag. I was so bad. Yeah, I've only been on a plane twice. I wish I knew every single language on earth. Yeah, that's the thing though as well. You're never going to learn every single language because there's so many. There's like 7,000. Dealing with it's really bad. Yeah. I was nervous. The first time I took a plane, I was really nervous because I used to watch air crash investigation shows. So I was just sat there shitting myself. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna literally. I was fine on the way back, but they gave me this travel sickness. Someone in my class gave me this travel sickness pill, which made me as drowsy as a horse. I was sat there, I was high as a kite. I was like, I couldn't function. I was like, I can't even. I honestly, I couldn't even read a book. Well, no, they can't. They don't speak them. They can read them though as well. But there's so many different languages. In fact, this sickness pill they gave me, it was like this girl in my class gave me. It was so fucking thing. It made me so drowsy that I couldn't even read a book. It was making my eyes water. It was that. I mean, it was effective. I wasn't ill. In fact, the symptoms, the side effects wore off, and I read a book on the way back. Actually, I read my own book on the flight. I read my own book because my book was just my second book was just coming out, and I basically read. I had like an early copy. I had like an early copy. I had an early copy that I ordered months before, and I was reading it, going through stuff, and it was literally the plane was fucking bumpy on the way back. It was like boom, boom, boom. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It was a good experience. It was funny. Yeah. I was technically assaulted on the plane as well. This girl in my went to my college. She was on a different course. That she was drunk on the plane back, fell asleep, and she put her hand right next to my crotch. And I'm like, and then she woke up. I'm sorry. So I wouldn't have pressed charges or anything, but she was just drunk, asleep. So technically, that could have come under assault, which. She was drunk and then she fell asleep and moved her arm when she was asleep, and it was like, okay, it was okay. I could have put charges, some sort of assault. Would have been fun, but it would have been wrong. Even if I did put charges, it would have been wrong. Like you can't help how you fall asleep. And then you can't help if your body moves when you're asleep. But that's funny. Yeah. And she woke up and she was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm like, yep. I'm like, yeah, I know you're sorry. It's fine. That's sorry because you drink alcohol. There's nothing wrong with drinking alcohol, though. There's nothing wrong with drinking alcohol. Could be worse. This girl, she was drunk the night before, and while everyone on the college trip was heading for lunch, she started talking to me. But she was that drunk, she asked me if I was an illegal immigrant. I was like, no, I'm English. Like, I can't be an illegal immigrant in the UK. And she goes, but are you a legal immigrant? And she was literally, I think she was trying to chat me up, but she was drunk, so she didn't know what she was saying, which was kind of funny, but she was drunk and just didn't know where she was. Ironically, she did apologise, actually, because she didn't realise she was that drunk. Could be worse. A guy that's me and Decepted know, their toilets, their shower broke. I was laughing my ass off. Well, I was laughing my ass off, but I was sat there like, what the fuck do I say here? I'm like, and then a guy in my class, because of she was just getting really argumentative with me, asking me if I was like this or that, and literally, and because of this guy in my class said something to her, she ended up crying. She ended up crying, and it's. I'm not even going to mention what he said to her, but basically it was her own fault. She was drunk and emotional and didn't know what she was saying. Because we were in Germany, she asked us if we would put her in a certain German thing they had in 1940s. Starts with C and ends with P. As in a big long word and then with an extra word on the end. And she was drunk. And basically what my friend in my course said basically like made her cry. But she was drunk, emotional, and sort of didn't realise that she'd instigated that. Oh, crazy. But yeah, this girl got really like, argumentative, and like she was asking me if I was an. She was asking me if I was an immigrant, and I was like, well, how? But she was that drunk, and she was just. It was funny. I mean, I now that I look back, I'm like, that was just a fun fucking time. It was so funny. Guy in my college class, because obviously everyone on this trip was like 18 years old. Everyone on this trip was like 18 years old. So everyone on this trip was 18 years old or over. So I think I was 21. So a few other people a little older than I was, but guy in my class who was a year younger than me, he basically turned around and said he'd drink the other guy in our class in the lecture, silly, and he had one bottle of beer and then walked into the mirror. He had one bottle of beer and then walked into the mirror. He was cocky about he'd drink more than them, and then basically he had one beer and then walked straight into the mirror. So that was a fun night. In fact, one guy in my class got so drunk that he basically fell asleep with the beer cap with a. One guy in my class got so drunk that he basically fell asleep with the beer, but with a beer bottle stuck to his stomach. I don't know if you can relate. It's only if you're in a class for 6 hours. I mean, I can relate because when I was younger, I was in a classroom for 6 hours. In fact, UK schools classes are longer. UK schools are 8 to when I was in school, literally we started at 8:30 and we finished at 3. So hold on, 8:30, 9:30. Hold on, I'm just gonna drop this. 8:30, 9:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. That's 7.5 hours. But yeah, In fact, I went on a French trip when I went to France on a French trip when I was like 13, and a guy in front of me who was a year older, he'd had all these oysters. He had all these oysters. If you've never tried oysters, guys, um, I didn't like. They didn't taste very nice to me. Guy in my class, the guy who was in a year older than me, he loved them. He basically loved so much. He had about 12 oysters, and then got on the bus, and then as he was stepping onto the bus, his trousers split in front of the teacher. The teacher was right behind him, get her on the bus, and then suddenly, and then the teacher needed 2 hours therapy after seeing someone's trousers split right in front of them. I love those trips though. Those trips are funny. I went on I went on another French trip when I was about 16, and one of the teachers said, "A cat's just come through the window. A cat's just come through the window." But whilst we were all looking around for this cat, she tossed a fucking fake shit through the room, and it landed on the bed. I was like, "Oh, fucking hell! It's shit on my bed." A cat's just gone in, and she threw fake shit. I'm like, and it was a teacher that did that, but I swore, it's like, "Oh, it's taking a shit on the bed." And, and it wasn't, it was a fake shit the teacher threw through the window. I loved it. In fact, you guys have probably, I've probably just said that story so quickly that you guys probably didn't even understand a word of what I just said. But it was a funny time. But yeah, the teacher threw a fucking fake poo through my caravan window on a school French trip. All of us had I think it was a group of 6 of us in a caravan, 5 of us in a caravan. So I had the double bit. I had the double. I had the one with it. I had the one that was by myself. And literally the teacher come through and basically put a fake poo in there. And then said a cat had gone through. So of course we all went in there and we thought a cat is shit on the fucking bed. I was sat there. I was about to be. All they heard. I went in there, and all they heard was. All they heard was me almost being sick. Oh, funny. Very funny. Anyway, the stream is dead. Yeah, I love a good school trip. You know, you never know what's gonna happen. I got punched in one of them on a school trip once. I got punched in the face. I was asleep and I was snoring apparently, so I got woke up with a punch to the face. We were just sitting here. I was joking. I was joking. I'd probably put everyone to sleep. Somebody punched me in the face while I was asleep. I was about, I don't know, 12. And apparently I snored and I woke the other kid up. So he turned around and he punched me away with he pawed my face and then he punched me. You woke me up. And do you guys want another funny story? Do you know what the teacher went? We'll stop him from punching you next time. I'm like, how the fuck do I stop someone punching me when I'm in sleep? That's like, that's basically saying we just don't sleep. Hello, Celos. Welcome to the stream. I love it though. I didn't like that teacher. I thought she was shit. Well, she wasn't even a teacher. She was like someone that helped. She wasn't even a teaching assistant. She was someone that just sat in the. She was someone that just. This lady, she wasn't even someone that's was a teacher. She was someone that sat there and basically gave you science equipment. Has any of you guys ever had to dissect something? When I was a kid, when I was a kid in school, we had to dissect a heart. We had to cut open a heart, like a pig's heart, and like dissect it and look at the inside. Quite an interesting. In fact, so do you know what they had us do? I don't know if you get away with this now. Probably. They made us stick a pipe into a pig's lung and then blow into it because it shows you how a lung actually works. So blow it into the pig's lung and then it basically would go up and down, and that's how like lungs would work. When you blow, your lung expands when you breathe in, then when you breathe out, your lung decreases. So they made us blow into a pig's lung with a pipe. We had to dissect it. We had to dissect it with a partner, and I hated it because the guy I was paired with basically wouldn't let me do anything. Although I can't say that I was that thing. How much lab training have you logged? I dissected a frog once. But yeah, some science is weird. Some science shit they do in schools is weird. Well, I suppose actually I've heard it's crazier in America. In the UK, there's like safety shit that you have. In the UK, there's certain scientific experiments that they can't show children. Whereas I had a science teacher that once said if she was teaching this in America, she could literally grab the hydrochloric acid and blow it up. If she was teaching in America, which obviously you can't do that in the UK. But it's crazy. Tell you what, actually, I got a funny story. When I was younger, we had to learn the words for big and for tall, small, average, and things like that. So the way my French teacher, taught us how to do that was she lined the class up in height order. I found the picture, and we had to have a picture, and we had to split it. So I deliberately split when it does. You had to draw it to like very short, average, tall, very tall. And I deliberately drew the line. I deliberately drew the line just east of my head. So I put myself in the short, not the very short section. I deliberately drew the line between me and another guy. It's kind of funny though. I deliberately drew the line. I've still got the photo, and I deliberately drew the line to make myself be part of the short but not very short section. Hello, Celos. Welcome to the stream. I was busy, that's alright. It's a clever way of teaching someone. Like, if you guys ever done that, if any of you guys had to do that, like stand in height order, like have a whole group of people have to stand in height order. It's carnage. Let me tell you, it's carnage, everybody. It's carnage because nobody knows where they should be. It's funny though. It's funny, but it's carnage. It's literally like nobody knows where they should be. It is funny. It is funny trying to do it is funny. You're lining everybody up, and then suddenly the person watching has to go and reline them out. Well, I'm not even so short, but that's actually. I mean, I've made that joke so many. Well, not the joke. I've told the story about the basket so many times. Actually, this would have been before the basket. Actually, this bit would have been before the basket. I'm not even short, but this would have been before the basket. But yeah, we had to line everybody up. So I'm not short. That's the thing. But when I was younger in a school class, they were trying to teach us French words. The French word for large and short and small or whatever. So the teacher came up with this idea. She took a photo of the class and taught us the words we had to define what they were. So I deliberately, we had to put very short, average, short, tall, very tall. So I deliberately drew the line just past my head to make sure that I was in the short, not very short category. I was joking. I did it as a laugh. I wasn't the shortest person in the class though. There was about 3 more people in front of me. It was funny though. The even funnier one is we had to do when I was like 15. We had to do that again in a science class, and we had all these girls in the class that thought they were taller than what they were. We had all these girls in the class that thought they were taller than what they were, so they were basically suddenly it's all fine, and then we just see the teacher shift them like mindlessly down the aisle. There's a mistake in aisle 5. Please go further down the line. The basket story is crazy though. The basket story is basically assault. I hope you're doing good. I'm doing great. Hello, Evie Michael wants to. My head hurts. Yeah. The basket story though is assault. Oh god. But everyone's interested in different things. When I was 13, my biggest thing was stop motion animation. And then obviously I still had Minecraft. I play video games, but animation was my main thing. I gradually shifted. I can make your profile picture. That's alright, I don't need that. Sorry, I make, thank you for offering though. I make my I make my own. It's part of the process that I generally enjoy. So a lucid dream. What is a lucid dream? Yeah, to answer your, to basically say what that you put, Pixel. Like everybody's different. Lucid dream. A state where you know you're dreaming while the dream is still happening. Yeah, I had a dream once where basically I had that sleep paralysis before, where basically I wanted to get up, but I felt basically it felt like I was being pressed down by something. I literally like I could not move my legs or my chest. I literally I couldn't get up. Kind of creepy, but interesting. It was like I couldn't. It felt like I couldn't move. You can control your dream. I mean, I control all my dreams. When I go to sleep, if I have a dream, I control every dream. Every dream I have tends to be ideas for my books. Every dream I have tends to be like dream ideas for stories and things like that. I had a really cool one in my head a few years ago where it's basically a guy on a train and basically a guy on a horse and cart, but every time he would go somewhere on this horse and cart, he'd constantly see the same thing outside the window like a creature. And it was just a dream, and it was like so visceral, it was so real, it was interesting. The weirdest one I've ever had though, I had a dream last year, which you guys are gonna laugh. I went to a place called, no, 2 years ago. I went to a place called Aberystwyth. It's Welsh. It's Welsh. It's called Aberystwyth. It's a place in Wales, but from the top of the big hill, you can see Mount Snowdon, the tallest mountain in Wales. You could from the top of it, you could see Mount Snowdon. Mount Snowdon was probably about 45 miles away, but you could see it across the sea. You could see it across like across the bay, like the ocean bay. You could see it. But so I had this dream that basically I had this dream later that night that I was standing exactly the place I was earlier on, and Mount Snowdon had turned into a volcano, and it was erupting. You could see it in the distance, like 45 miles away in the distance. And suddenly I just saw this red flame go up into the sky, and then suddenly just come towards it. Everything went red, and it was like it was like a volcanic explosion, but it went up. It went up like a laser bolt, and it came towards me across the ocean, and then suddenly everything went red, and it was like it was just it was bizarre. Best one ever though. Best one ever. I dreamt that I was in my back garden. It was nighttime, and I was looking up at this golden star thing, and then suddenly these little bubbles were in it, and suddenly the bubbles came out, and they were alien spacecrafts and started like missiling and everything. And that was a dream I had. Yeah, I generally thought that was real. That bit I thought was real. The one with the stars. I actually dreamt that it was so real. I actually woke up and thought it was real, and I looked out to see where all the explosions were in the fire. Funny enough, for last night I began to lose a dream, and I realised that it was in my head. I realised if I made a mistake, I could snap my thing and reverse it. Did I use it? I had a really weird dream like that a few years ago. Like the concept of pausing time. Imagine if you could freeze time. So basically, nothing, and only you could move. You could do anything. You know, you could walk to the local. You could walk to the local shop, take out as much food as possible. You could walk out to the local shop and take as many, I don't know, DVDs, films, video games, consoles, video games, and you'd all be. And basically, the cameras would be stuck in that frame of the second before that you paused time. In fact, um, such a bizarre, such a great, interesting story. I love it though. Yeah, going on to what I was saying though, Pixel. Like, yeah, everyone's different. Everyone's different. So when I was younger, guys, I used to go to like a scout hut. I was you guys in America would call it a Boy Scout, but the UK just call it Scouts. And I stopped going in 2016 because I grew out of Scouts. 'Cause obviously, I grew old enough to go on to the. I was old enough to go on to the next one along, and then I didn't go on to the next one along because I didn't want to. Because in the UK you have Cubs, Scouts, Explorers. I can't remember what the next one is. Yeah. Oh, would you like to know some funny stories about Scouts? Would you like to know some funny stories? Because I've got many I could tell you. Have I ever told you the story about how when cooking sausages, I ended up almost setting myself on fire. Um, on how we all ran down a hill. A load of us ran down a hill. Everyone tripped over each other, and we ended up all arriving at the bottom. Everyone just on top of each other. Um, we played football, and I took the football straight to the face. Um, I won a game of hide and seek by hiding in a tree, and then I won a game of hide and seek as well by diving in a ditch. And I dived in the ditch, and a minute later, I saw someone jump over the ditch, and I'm like, if this goes wrong, they're gonna land straight on my face. If they jump in the ditch here, they're gonna land straight on my face. Their foot's gonna come straight down on my face. I'm like, shit. Like, I ended up winning. I ended up winning. I surprisingly ended up winning the game because nobody found me, but I was hiding. I was literally hiding in a ditch right next to them. I'm glad I was skinny at the time because I don't think I'd have fit in the ditch. 2 years later, I probably wouldn't have fit in the ditch. But funny. Oh, this is hilarious. Never mind. I'm gonna continue streaming though, guys. I'm probably gonna end the stream soon, guys, because I'm putting it in the stream soon because I'm a little knackered tonight. I went on like a 5-mile walk before the stream. In fact, last Friday, I went on a 12... I streamed early last Friday. I apologise I didn't warn anybody that the stream was going to be early. Last Friday, I streamed early. I streamed like 11 till 2. I went on a 12-mile walk last Friday. I did it in 3 hours. In 3.5 hours, I walked 12 miles. I was really impressed with myself. I was very, very impressed with myself. Oh, that's funny. A guy in my street, Decepted, is just put in his Discord server. Why are you trying to revive dead beef? Obviously, beef with a person, like an argument from years ago. And because he's put dead beef, I've just put a picture of someone cooking a video of a beef getting cooked, and I said, does it need a defibrillator? I mean, he did say he's trying to revive dead beef. Congratulations. Hello, Biger. How are you today? Hello, Glowbeans. Welcome to the stream. I need some sand right here. Can't find it at the moment, but I need some sand right there. I'm going to quickly find some dirt. I can probably find some use for some dirt right now. Got it really... Hold on a minute, I've got it yet. Oh. I saw your comment last week. How are you now? Right, okay. Were you in the stream Sunday, Glowbeans? I'm doing great. I'm streaming. I'm good. Thank you for asking. That's really kind of you. Were you in the stream Sunday? When I did the Realm. When I did the Realm stream. No, it's not what happened in the stream. It's what happened afterwards. Literally, I forgot to make the realm unfree because I wanted to finish the stream, then crack on with writing because I've been writing a book at the moment, which is probably not going to come out for 2 years, but I'm writing a little bit, and I suddenly realised afterwards I forgot. So I came on, kicked everybody out. There wasn't anybody in here, but everyone had left. I kicked everybody out, and I joined back later. I joined back, and I was here. This had been destroyed. I walked in here, and the rules over here, the server rules here, had "fuck you" next to them, and somebody had set the house on fire on the inside. In fact, I forgot because I came on here, the fire spread. So whoever it was, they'd set fire. It's hilarious, really, because they set fire to the inside of here. The fire got to here. We've got wooden bits under here. And because it went over this path, it even set the path on fire. So this path set on fire. It went all the way down to here and burnt the town. And set the town on fire too. The fire went all the way down here. It basically flew all the way to here. It set some... I don't think they were a fan. I think they just happened to see that the stream was live. It burnt this. It burnt this house. It burnt this house. It went down here. Didn't get quite far enough to here. It burnt back up this way. Burnt this one. Burnt this one. Burnt all the trees down. And then it somehow set McDonald's on fire. It set Captive's gaming shop on fire. At least it was a copy. Yeah, they weren't a fan. I don't think the person was a fan. I think they just saw that it was live. So next time I stream on here, though, what I'm going to do... Next time I stream on here, guys, on the Realm copy, which I'm going to up the copy, I'll up the copy on Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to make it so only subscribers could, like, comment and join it. Because it's unfair for you guys that generally want to come on and play it. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy, and of course, the weirder bit was that they set this bit on fire. So of course, it didn't just burn that at the upstairs bit; it also burnt all of this. Surprisingly, though, this bit survived. The fire only went down. The fire only went down to here, so this underground bit here survived. I need to build some stuff here. What do you guys think? We could build some rooms here. We could generally build like a room here. We could build a couple of rooms coming down the stairs here. Look. This is the lowest part of the house, and the only reason it's here is because I needed a way to get into... the monument to celebrate 4,000 subscribers. Because I put like I put like iron and diamonds and shit in here. Now I should make my paths out of stone. I mean, I like wooden paths, but you don't expect someone to come on and think, do you know what, I'm going to set someone's house on fire. Do you know what I'm going to do today? There used to be, initially there was going to be a stairway here, but I got rid of it. Guys, what do you think we should do here? This room was initially the spare bedroom, but then I built a new one in here. I can't expand this anymore. This bit's been here for years. That would be a cool idea, but you can only use so many paintings, I think. I might be wrong. We should decorate some of these rooms as well. I am going to announce something. I am going to build my old sandstone house for like a special video to celebrate almost 10 years. I haven't got round to doing it yet. So all the sandstone here is all the sand and sandstone. I don't know where to build it though. But I'm actually going to build the old sandstone house. That's part of a project that I want to build. I'm tempted whether I build it there and get rid of the farms. I don't know that though. What could we get rid of, guys? We're not going to get rid of the builds. I'm just wondering, what could we get rid of and put somewhere else? What could we potentially get rid of? I think I think it should be around here somewhere, but I want it near here, so we build it next to the statue of Creepsy. I don't think it would fit, to be honest. I don't think it would fit. Actually, why don't we go and have like a bit of a search? Tell you what, let's go the slightly dangerous but better way of doing this. Let's get to the roof. I was tempted, perhaps we move that and then build it there, but I don't. But I want to build the downstairs as well, so we need the space for that, really. But I'd love it so that we could see it. I will tell you, it's you can see the roller coaster from here. You can see a little bit of the roller coaster. Oh my god, you can see part of the roller coaster. Look. It's one of those as well, like, I love this world, guys, but because I built so much, I now am struggling to find spots to build shit. Oh, shit. Ah, itchy nose. But I suppose we could do this and build it. We could dodge the bullet and build it somewhere else. It would be nice to have it here, but if we have to build it somewhere else, we might have to bite the bullet and do it. I don't think it would fit next to the statue of Creepsy. Like, we'll go up there and have a look. I would. That's a shout. Actually, we could build it, and we could build. Bye, Joe. See you in the next stream. Have a good rest of your day. That's a shout. I might consider that. We could build it underground to the house, but it would be nice so we can see it from above ground, though. Tell you what. What if we flatten this down? What if we flattened this down? We could flatten this down, but then we still wouldn't be able to see it because it is a tough one, guys. It is a tough one. And we can't get rid of this because this is part of the old castle. Right, the area right behind the statue. Yeah, it's just one of those. We wouldn't be able to see it from the house. Unless we literally built this area up. Or ideally I'd love us to see it. Hello, Rogue in Real Life and Gaming. Welcome back. We could just build it somewhere else. Hey, what about here? I mean, we've got the original house here. Yeah, we'll do it here. We could, but then we would need. I think we'll do it here. But then the height. We could still potentially see it. But I'm thinking about that because we'd be able to see it if you go to Bedrock Edition, you'd be able. If we go to like Bedrock Edition, we'd be able to see it. What? When did you rebuild that old house? The old house from like 2016. I built it last year. I built it like last year on a video. I think it was you that suggested it. Why don't you just build an old house from the start of the world? And I took on what you said and I built that on stream. Actually, let's just get rid of that pickaxe now. Let's use the silk touch because that's not the silk touch. That is the lightning one. There we go. So now I can just turn around and deal with this. I have the entire build 1x1 replica. Yeah, that's the. Is that the updated one? Because I updated it and made it look more fancy after I built that one. I made it more fancy. Which, tell you what, we'll put that one here as well. We're gonna put the whole building here. We have to be careful though if there's any underground builds here, which there shouldn't be. And in fact, we have quite a nice view here. You'll see the harbour from here. And plus, it means we give this area a use because this part of the mountain has just been left abandoned for years. It was literally just a place where mobs would spawn. Hello, Malik. Welcome to the stream. This was just a place where mobs would spawn, so we might as well do something with it. But this house as well. Well, a lot of those buildings do have useful stuff, but it's more that I was taking a Stampy approach there and just building random shit, like flower shops and shit. There we go. That will now turn to grass. We have got a load more dirt over here to pick up. There you go. There we go. I could move this. I didn't even build it. Well, I did build it actually, but I didn't build this. A subscriber built it, and he built it in a place that I didn't give him permission to build. I was going to build something over there, and a subscriber basically built that there, asked me if he could build. I said, yeah, give me a sec. I'll take you to a place you could build. And he basically went off and didn't wait and went and built it somewhere, and I needed to move it, so I basically moved it, and I'm thinking perhaps we just move it again. I mean, you can walk into every building. You can walk into every building here. This one was just me bored. This was just I needed a video idea, so I basically built a house out of ender materials. Yeah, every building here you can walk into. I'm not saying there's anything in them. Actually, there is something in that. We even have some villages in this one now, I think. We even have some villages in this one. Not giving them names. I thought I saw a creeper up there, but I'm in peaceful, so how can I see a creeper? Hello, Toolsmith. I haven't got any. Tell you what, I do actually. You, Toolsmith, you're going to help me with my Toolsmith items. Thank you for your arrows. They're useful to me. What are they going to offer me now? I mean, I like villager trading is shit. Like, they don't offer you anything good. Like, he wants to give me 7 flint. He wants an emerald and 10 gravel. This is the librarian. This is where we were going to have library villages. But, unfortunately, there's none here. We have got a cleric over here. I wonder what the cleric's going to offer us. If we should keep him safe, because clerics offer you good shit. I could actually get loads of emeralds right now by offering him rotten flesh, because I got like a double chest full of rotten flesh. Don't know what I'm going to name that cleric. Sir Roderick. Tell you what, let's head to that birch house to set, the one on the top here. This house here was only built here because I built it in my friend's realm as like a cool build idea, and then I decided I liked it so much that I wanted to build it in my world. So I'm going to go up here a sec. And then I'm going to go this way and sleep here a minute. I'm probably going to end this stream in a sec. I mean, that's what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't do that because the nether portal is exactly where it needs to be. The nether portal... The reason I had the nether portal out in a random spot is because it's the only spot. It lands me straight on the nether. The nether portal is exactly where I built it. The nether portal is exactly where I built it in 2016. So when I built this world in 2016, the nether portal landed me straight on top of the nether fortress. And that's why I keep it like that. Because it lands me exactly, it always lands me exactly where I had it. I think we need XP. I'm probably going to end this stream in a sec, guys. I'm just going to go and... Perhaps I should go and stream on Bedrock in a sec and show you the realm. Perhaps I should show you guys the realm. Just give me 2 secs. I want to quickly break all this. The realm is bad, mind. It's in a bad shape. There we go. Anyway, guys, I'm going to finish the stream and then I might restart streaming in a second. So